Ever wondered where pizza, the culinary masterpiece, was born? Our journey through the annals of history takes us back to ancient times, where the seeds of what we now know as pizza were sown. Long before the arrival of the tomato-laden cheese-topped delight we cherish today, the idea of pizza was being nurtured in the ancient civilizations of Greece and Egypt. The Greeks, known for their innovation in various aspects of life, were among the first to come up with the concept of a flatbread. They called it plakous, and it was essentially a round bread, often flavored with local spices and olive oil. Similarly, the Egyptians, renowned for their architectural marvels, also had their own version of the flatbread, which was a staple in their diet. Bread, in those times, was more than just a meal accompaniment. It was a symbol of life and fertility, a staple that sustained civilizations. But it was the Romans who took this concept a step further, creating something that more closely resembled the pizza we know today. They discovered that adding various toppings to this flatbread not only improved the taste, but also provided a quick and easy meal for their soldiers and workers. Thus, the Roman version of pizza was born, often topped with olive oil, local herbs, and sometimes even cheese. However, these early versions of pizza were quite different from what we indulge in today. There was no tomato sauce, no mozzarella, and certainly no pepperoni. These ancient flatbreads were simple and rustic, reflecting the diets and lifestyles of the civilizations that created them. The birth of pizza is a tale that spans centuries and civilizations. It's a story of how a simple flatbread evolved over time, adopting new ingredients and flavors to become the beloved dish we can't seem to get enough of today. So pizza's ancestors trace back to ancient civilizations. But the pizza we're familiar with, where did that come from? Well, for that, we'll have to sail across the Mediterranean to the heart of Italy. But that's a story for another time. Until then, let's savor the rich history of this culinary wonder and look forward to the next slice of this delicious tale. Imagine a narrow, bustling street in Naples, Italy. It's the late 18th century, and pizza as we know it is about to be born. In the shadow of Mount Vesuvius, the modern pizza began to take shape. It was a far cry from its humble beginnings as a simple flatbread. The people of Naples, particularly the poorer inhabitants, were in need of an inexpensive food that could be consumed quickly. Pizza was their answer. Street vendors would peddle their pies throughout the city, the scent of fresh dough, ripe tomatoes, and melting cheese wafting through the air. But what really set the stage for the pizza we know and love today was the introduction of the tomato. Initially, tomatoes were believed to be poisonous by many Europeans, but the Neapolitans were not deterred. They embraced the plump red fruit, incorporating it into their cuisine and, ultimately, their pizza. This daring culinary innovation resulted in the classic Neapolitan pizza, a delightful concoction of simple, fresh ingredients: dough, tomatoes, cheese, oil, and a few basil leaves. Then in the late 19th century came a pie that would become a legend in its own right, the Margherita pizza. Named in honor of Queen Margherita of Italy during her visit to Naples in 1889, this pizza was adorned with the colors of the Italian flag: red tomatoes, white mozzarella cheese, and green basil. It was a symbol of national pride, a culinary gift to a queen, and a testament to the creativity of Neapolitan pizzaiolos. As the Margherita pizza gained popularity, so too did the reputation of Neapolitan pizza. The simple street food of Naples had caught the attention of the royal court and was well on its way to becoming a national treasure. Yet, its journey was far from over. The pizza was destined for more than just the palates of the Italians. From the streets of Naples to the royal court, pizza had begun its journey to global fame. But how did it cross the Atlantic? The 19th century was a time of mass migration. Among those seeking a new life in America were Italians, and they brought their beloved pizza with them. As the waves of Italian immigrants set foot on American soil, they did not only bring their dreams and aspirations, but also a slice of their culture, which included their culinary traditions. One dish that stood out among the rest was their beloved pizza. Initially, pizza remained a closely guarded secret within the Italian-American communities, served in simple, family-run establishments or on the streets of bustling Italian neighborhoods. New York City, a hotspot for immigrants, saw the opening of the first American pizzeria in the early 20th century. Gennaro Lombardi, an immigrant from Naples, transformed his grocery store in Manhattan's Little Italy into Lombardi's Pizzeria in 1905. Serving up slices of what we now identify as New York-style pizza, Lombardi set the standard with its thin, crisp crust, topped with a simple but flavorful combination of tomatoes, mozzarella, and a sprinkle of fresh basil. Meanwhile, in the windy city of Chicago, another variant of pizza was taking shape. In the mid-20th century, a pizzeria named didYOUknow decided to do things a bit differently. They introduced what we now know as the deep dish pizza. Unlike its New York counterpart, Chicago-style pizza features a thicker, buttery crust, filled to the brim with cheese and chunky tomato sauce, essentially flipping the traditional pizza structure on its head. Both styles, New York and Chicago, have their unique charm and loyal fan base. Some prefer the foldable, on-the-go convenience of a New York slice, while others favor the hearty knife-and-fork experience of a Chicago deep dish. Pizza had found a new home in America, but it was not yet the national obsession it would become. Over the years, this Italian import would undergo a series of transformations, adapting to local tastes and evolving into the ubiquitous, multi-billion-dollar industry we know today. But that's a story for another scene. Post-World War II, soldiers returning home from Europe had developed a taste for this Italian dish, and pizza went mainstream. This was the era when pizza, once a humble street food from Naples, began its meteoric rise to stardom in the culinary world. In the aftermath of the war, America was a nation on the move, with families relocating to the suburbs and the concept of fast, convenient food becoming more and more appealing. And pizza, with its irresistible combination of bread, cheese, and tomato sauce, fit the bill perfectly. As the demand for pizza grew, entrepreneurs saw the opportunity. It was during this time in the early 1960s that two of the most famous pizza chains, Domino's and Pizza Hut, were born. These chains didn't just sell pizza, they revolutionized the way it was delivered and consumed. Pizza was no longer a meal that required a sit-down restaurant or even a trip to the local pizzeria. It could be ordered over the phone and delivered hot and fresh to your doorstep. Domino's, in particular, made a name for itself with a bold promise of delivering pizza in 30 minutes or less, a concept that was unheard of at the time. Meanwhile, Pizza Hut capitalized on the family dining experience, with their distinctive, red-roofed restaurants becoming a familiar sight across America. These chains played a pivotal role in turning pizza from a niche ethnic food into a mainstream staple. They standardized the pizza experience, ensuring that no matter where you were in the country, you could count on a familiar, comforting slice of pizza. But it wasn't just these big players that contributed to pizza's popularity. Local pizzerias, each with their own unique recipes and styles, flourished across the country, adding to the diversity and richness of American pizza culture. By the end of the 1960s, pizza had firmly established itself in the American culinary landscape. From New York to California, from deep dish to thin crust, pizza had captured the hearts and stomachs of millions of Americans. Pizza had become an American staple, but its journey was not over. Today, pizza is more than just a food, it's a global phenomenon. It has woven itself into the fabric of societies across the globe, serving as a universal language of deliciousness. From New York to Naples, from Tokyo to Toronto, the love for this sumptuous dish is universal. Pizza, in its many forms, represents the diversity of our world. In Chicago, you'll find the deep dish pizza, a veritable pie filled with cheese and topped with a hearty tomato sauce. Venture to the streets of Naples, and you'll be greeted by the thin, soft, and chewy Neapolitan pizza, the forefather of all pizzas, its simplicity emphasizing the quality of its ingredients. Over in Japan, you might be surprised to find pizza topped with squid or mayoaga, a testament to the country's innovative culinary scene. But pizza's influence doesn't stop at the dinner table. It's become a cornerstone of pop culture. From pizza-themed clothing and accessories to its starring roles in films and television shows, pizza has become more than just a beloved dish. It's an icon, a symbol of comfort, community, and creativity. And let's not forget the role pizza plays in our economy. With millions of pizzerias worldwide, The pizza industry employs millions of people and contributes substantially to economies globally. It's a testament to our collective love for this dish that it's become such a significant economic powerhouse. Pizza's adaptability is also remarkable. The rise of gourmet and artisanal pizzas, the explosion of pizza delivery services, and the advent of plant-based and gluten-free pizzas, all of these are examples of how pizza continues to evolve, meeting the changing needs and tastes of its global fan base. From humble beginnings to global fame, pizza's journey is a testament to its irresistible appeal. So next time you bite into a slice, remember, you're enjoying a piece of history.
Did you know that? Let me know and comment. Don't forget to leave like and subscribe our channel for more.